And the top of my head's been growing for way longer, so I'd rather pull out the beard.
Yeah. Yeah, beard tips here on Twitch. Here we go. So we are ready. We are on an island that our brave, intrepid pirates have decided to investigate, given some information here that concerned potentially Mal's family. And so, following the loyal captain, not so captain, they made their way through a permanent fog bank to a group of islands known as the Shattered Teeth, which lies south of Wildmount, namely the Kryn Dynasty. And after being attacked on their ship, Gaius, their lovingly kind of AI, more or less, being almost reduced to nothing but a regular ship, taking away almost everything that was special by some type of curse that they associated with some druid invaders. They made their way, slaughtering 3 druids on their way there, across the ocean in their longboat to explore the island, find the wreckage of the ship that Mao's uncle captained at one point, recovered a few artifacts from there or a few things from a hidden treasure hold before it all went plummeting into the ocean and vanished. And last week, everyone got in bikinis and put their feet in the water, and now we're here. But the big thing for those of you who weren't here, a new person is at the camp by the name of Polani, who is an Oatu that is human-sized. And things that you witnessed, I believe, are Lashnia paid a visit, turned into a gigantic skeletal dragon to battle Polani and Pyro, as well as Tonk and not Pyro, Jajal, Tonk, and Caldrum. But now we're going to figure out exactly what went on during kind of that time. So this is sort of concurrent to last episode, if you will. So what do we want to do, especially those who are not here?
I mean, first and foremost, go to the treasure chest and see what was actually in there amongst these documents and artifacts and such, and figure out what actually was in the hall.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say without too much trouble, you're able to open up the chest. It's not trapped. It opens up. Like I said, almost all the more nasty stuff was on the outside of the door. And this kind of goes to your uncle's pattern as well. He didn't really go too in-depth past the initial issue. But you do open it up, and there are a few items in this long chest. You see a sword. There's various platinum pieces around. But besides like a few like little knickknacks and things like that, you see there's books, journals, papers. You see scrawlings. There's a lot that it seems like your uncle was working on. And what he was working on, you see sketches of islands and all this stuff, seemed important enough for him to not keep in his captain's quarters, but to keep locked up in this very inconvenient spot.
Any pattern, anything I recognize or no?
Sure. So I think for this, we got a few stuff you can do here. So I'd say there's a lot here. Like this seems to be the work of years. So it's a lot to go through. So what I'm going to do for this is what part do you want to investigate? You cannot investigate the object. You can check out the objects more. you describe what you want to do kind of next as far as starting to progress. There's stuff in here, there's papers in here, there's things to research. How do you want to proceed in this?
So I guess the first pass would just be to look for clues as to not just why was the boat here, but what was he actually looking for? Because I mean, he's probably out there somewhere. He's probably somewhere out in the woods. We're going to go see if we can find him and hopefully bring him back. Hopefully we'll have a conversation on this, and I'm not just rifling through a dead man's locker. But first glance would just be: is there anything that makes sense of this island or makes sense of why he's here?
Absolutely. This will be a survival check.
Sweet. Dirty 20.
Nice. So what you end up pulling out is a particular book that is wrapped. It's interesting. You see it's wrapped in this cloth that you begin to take off, and it kind of resists a little bit. You realize that it's cloth, but the cloth is wrapping lead. And you take that off of the part where the pages would be, and as you inspect this journal, you pull a little bit and you realize that even the cover itself has a lead inlay. And you move out in there. What?
Never seen anything like this before. Like lead is uncommon, certainly on boats. Certainly, like no reason a captain would want anything that heavy and pointless on board.
Right. It strikes you as definitely odd, but other than that, it's a very like nondescript journal. And you open it up, and there are heading markers, kind of mapping islands that look like maybe they've been charted. Others look like they've been traced from another map. But you instantly get the sense that this was very impractical, but a way to keep a chart secret as far as what he was doing and what he was charting. Because usually this is out. The captain, the navigator, several people check the charts. Like, this is not a great way to have a ship to have it in this journal. Because too many people need access to the charts to do it this way. And
does it look like his handwriting?
It does. You just see his handwriting. Some places, it's interesting. One page has a charcoal, I would say a charcoal impression of the island. You recognize the shape of the island, and it seems like it was made off of something like some type of relief that he got it from.
Anything marked? Anything distinctive about this particular island?
Mm-hmm. As you get more into it, you see that he plotted his approach, which was the opposite side of where the wreck is.
Okay.
As far as like why, you see a few notes indicating their home base. A big he circles more of the center of the island, though it's not like you wouldn't be able to get an exact coordinate from this, but it's kind of on the center where he just begins writing. Just says, "I will have the revenge for my brother." Folded up in here is a letter that is written on, it's kind of like papyrus, but very like more woody than papyrus would be, like badly made papyrus. It's rough, and some of the pieces even flake off, and it looks like it was written with like almost charcoal, but more like somebody burned a stick and then wrote with the burnt stick. Mm-hmm. And all it says, "Captain, if you give us what makes your family special, we'll no longer need to target all of you. Think of your nephew." And then it's signed C.
Okay.
And I think I think with that survival, you get that he's also visited several islands. He makes mark of finding what he calls, essentially henchmen, small fry, and he's been looking for sea. You get the sense that ultimately he came here looking for whoever this sea person is, from a bunch of notes and different things he makes. And that he's visited several islands trying to hunt this person down. And essentially, I would say paying his crew by whatever they get when they take care of whatever's on these islands. So I was doing this survival check. That's kind of the as you said, kind of want to know his purposes and what he's been doing.
So just out of curiosity, the landing point they established at the other end of the island, is that like the windward side or the leeward side? Like, is there a reason why the boat would have drifted this far and hit the rocks here? Does it look like they were trying to land here or just happened to like wash up here?
I'll keep that. I think this is really survival, so I keep that check. I think you figure out that something must have happened. Either he saw something, or there was a threat in the water.
Okay.
Something along those lines. That there's no reason that would be normal that he would have been on this other side.
Okay. So something drove them here.
Good assumption.
Okay. All right. I will close up the chest. That's certainly enough for now. If he's not around, there's a whole lot of docs to go through later. I don't have 2 years to sit around at this point. So Mal will walk out from, I guess, wherever he was examining the chest and walk out into the rest of the crowd. And in case you're curious, he has this weird little maze-looking key tied around a fairly strong piece of cord wrapped around his neck, and it just dangles as he walks. He's not trying to hide it.
Anybody can react here as he walks out. Did you have anybody helping you when you were doing this, or?
I mean, if I had volunteers, certainly. But at the very first look, I would say just looking at the maps themselves, probably do it alone, just to see if there's anything particularly spicy or interesting. Because anything he's going to lock up in that case might be either interesting or dangerous, or who knows. So
Tonk would give Mal space so that Mal could go through what Mal needs to go through. Like he'd be ready, like he'd be available, like just, turn your shoulder and holler at Tonk and he'll come help you identify whatever you need. But like default, there's going to be enough space for you to go through your uncle's stuff without it feeling like I'm poking at anything.
perfect.
Do you have a location on where your uncle might be?
Yeah, it looks like most likely they tried to land on the exact opposite end of the island. There's a badly drawn map that indicates something significant in the middle of the island. Maybe that's where the survivors are, but whatever attacked us almost certainly attacked them as well. And I suspect we're going to be going into a fairly hot spot when we get there. I think they know we're here, and I think they're expecting us.
Hold on, let me. What was the Uatu's name?
Polani? Potani?
Potani.
Oh, Patani did say that there were several of them, and they have multiple encampments in there. Survivors were taken and split up between the encampments.
Okay.
Yes, best I can tell, they're like different groups. They all fall in together.
Do they all look the same, talk the same?
I mean, there's many different races, lineages. I found many different ones, but they after we even while we were there, they talk another language. I've heard some of our more nature-oriented people back on the island speak, but
But
not
no one-
common.
No one that looked like me, right?
I mean, not when I was there. I've been quite a while in here. Oh,
Okay.
actually, I'm sorry. I got a little confused. Well, yes, actually, the captain. Captain had a look like you. I was on his ship.
Oh,
Any idea
yes.
where he ended up?
Not to where I was.
Okay.
I should have mentioned Patani here came in on the ship.
Whoa. What?
Yes.
Patani was on your uncle's ship.
So what happened? Like how did it crash? What was the situation?
Oh. And she was, we, he wouldn't share where we were going. He was taking care of everything himself. Wouldn't give us information on this island. It was weird. It was all the other islands we visited. We knew where to go. But this one, only he would trust. He wouldn't trust anybody. And then the storm came. And all I know is we were steering, and I don't think we saw the rocks till it was too late, almost as the island itself was pulling us in.
That
I was
on
I
this
was
side or
down
the other side
below
of the island?
mostly.
Do you know which side of the island you guys hit the rocks on?
This guy looks. You guys are near where the ship
Okay.
was wrecked.
No. My point was, is this the spot? Like, did it get drugged somewhere? Or was it always here?
Oh, this is where we hit the rocks. Yes.
Okay.
How do you want to prepare for this now?
Well, if we're going up against multiple groups, we probably want to pick them off one by one. Could assume the center of the island is our heart of darkness, but I could be wrong.
I have asked the island for permission to enter.
You can do that?
In a way.
Okay.
It fears them. The druids scare the island, and so the island gives them space. It doesn't want to give us space, and I don't want it to fear us. I don't want to make it fear us enough that it gives us space. So the other option is to get permission. I have promised it that we would deal with the scary ones if it grants us access.
That sounds like a good deal. I was going to suggest that.
Because if we're traveling on ground, we best be careful. There's, from what I've seen, many things have shipwrecked here, and some escaped the druids and have found other places to be. General, it's quite dangerous.
When you say other things, were there specific things, or did you just see tracks, or what?
I've seen all types of things. At one point, I was set upon by these, almost looked like the imps or devils that people summon, but they're like longer-eared, green eyes. And I attacked one, and it exploded into, instead of like dying, it exploded into 100 of them. And
That's
I fled.
terrifying.
But there's tons. I've seen different things that aren't animal, and I've just left it alone. It's just been by myself here. I've been unable to find any of the people or your uncle.
How far did you make it in?
I've stuck to the outskirts after I escaped.
Did you loop the entire island, or just a couple miles down the beach?
I've been here on the south side,
Okay.
for the most part. I saw them attack you. I've just kind of been watching. I had no idea you'd know my queen until they explained it.
So, Tonk, you think we should ask for permission and then try to wander in and see what we can find? You think the most direct route's preferable? Should we try to stick to the coastline? What are your thoughts?
I think that depends a lot on the island. I've already asked for permission. If it grants it, it may generally allow us entrance. It may open a path to the problem for us and limit our access. I'm unsure how the island will respond.
So we don't know as we go.
What I will say is you essentially
given-
do have a day with your with that chest, like that's already been spent. So anything you want to do there.
Though, given the sound of bad news, I think once the fighting starts at one encampment, every encampment will know that there's trouble.
Ooh, sorry, Matt. Did you say we've spent a day out here already? Technically?
You're technically spending the day now,
Okay.
but it's going to be a day. It's kind of what we determined before. Like, there's a day of going through the stuff carefully and whatever Mal wants to do.
I just want to make sure
But everyone else spent a day.
if
would
I
say.
rest or not, I guess is what I'm
Yeah,
wondering.
you got your rest in. And some of the things too is there has been this has become sort of a base. There's defenses that have built. Tonk, do you want to explain your defenses?
Yeah, so we've got some basic structure. We fixed up some of the wood, some of the canvas, so that we have some shade. Basic structure, wind block. I've put up some sand berms, making it difficult terrain if we get charged, but also if you crouch, they can serve as cover. If you need cover. Caldrum, did you get a trap set up?
No, because I couldn't figure out resources to use.
All right. And also, Jajal put in some hidden caltrops in the sand over yonder and over yonder.
I can't wait for someone to step on those.
So, we have that as basic defenses for the base. We don't have fancy barracks rooms. We don't have any of that stuff, but it is a functional defensive position and shelter. That's a lot of what we spent the day doing.
Yeah.
While y'all were
Digging through maps.
Stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you, by the way, there's a sword in here. Could you take a look at it for me and tell me if there's anything strange about it?
sure.
What kind of sword was it?
It is a short sword.
So, I know he asked me to look at the short sword specifically, but I'm going to detect magic in general to look at everything that's there in front of me
You got it.
to see if there's anything else of note, and I'll even glance at the new necklace. Like, I'm not going to identify it just yet, but while I'm detecting magic, let me look over there, see if there's anything, the necklace.
Yeah. As part clarification, it is the maze part. The key part is not there.
Okay.
However, so you look. Yes, the thing around his neck is magical.
Cool. That's cool. What else? Is there anything else here laid out in front of us from this chest?
Yeah. The sword.
Or Glurm brought up the big bookcase.
The bookcase doesn't seem to be overly magical. Actually, part of the bookcase has more of these things in it that he was cross-referencing.
Okay.
Actually, in the bookcase, there is one of the books is magical.
Cool.
You see a magical aura just on one of the books. If you want to look at it, you can. The sword itself is extremely well made. Silver around the hilt. As you see, it looks absolutely beautiful and is giving off a magical aura. Rooting around, you find this black stone figurine of what looks like a fly that's giving off a magical aura. And attached to the sword by like a red ribbon is a needle, a long, like 6-inch needle that is given off a separate magical aura.
Cool. So Mal asked me to look at the sword.
Sorry. And one other thing is that there is this is more towards the bottom. And by the way, if you're looking, there's also 500 platinum in here.
Ooh, nice.
I mean, I'm not going to worry too much about that.
Right. Just as a note, you would just figure this out by rooting around in here. There is a about the size of your fist, which just looks like a bunch of dried plant stems that are wrapped up in silver thread, attached to like this leather thong, and it comes off as magical as well.
Cool. So Mal asked me to start with the sword, so let's start with the sword.
All right. This is the Valsavage dancing sword.
Okay.
Where essentially, given a command word, it can move and strike on its own.
Awesome.
And so dancing short sword is in D&D Beyond.
And then the needle.
The needle. So you identify the needle, you see that it has the ability to impart a tattoo on someone, giving them the ability to become partially incorporeal, passing through objects and negating some damage or resisting some damage. So it is going to be the Ghost Step Tattoo.
And is the needle then a single use? It can only give that tattoo once?
No. It more or less transforms into the tattoo.
Okay.
And when you you unattune from the tattoo, it goes back into the needle.
Okay. So it is an item that requires attunement, and then it gives you this tattoo.
Correct.
Okay. All right. I will relay that to Mal, and I'll say I also happen to notice that one of the books over in that bookshelf is magical. There's also the stone figurine and these plant stems that seem to be magical. You know, that I saw while I was looking through. I also noticed that the necklace is, but I'll leave it up to you whether you want me to look at that any further.
Sure.
Okay. So then
If
we'll
you
do the
wouldn't mind.
necklace. We'll do the necklace next.
Yes. I think I gave... Actually, I already have Mal up, so I can just go for this direction. Yeah. As you touch the necklace, there's like a spark that flows at you. But you, as you look at this, it's made of mithril. It's a mithril forged item. And there just seems to be almost a nefarious, like, not like it's bad, but just that there's something crazy about this. Anyway, it's called the Infiltrator's Key. And it essentially allows somebody it can be used in the place of thieves' tools, as turning around can manipulate locks. And while holding the key, whoever's attuned has their steps muffled, so they have advantage on dexterity checks.
It's a old family heirloom.
Well, in case so in case you didn't already know any of that, I will pass all of that along to you.
I heard about it. I hadn't seen it.
So next we're going to do the book.
Which tattoo was it?
Ghost Step.
Yeah. Look at the book. I get the book itself is fairly ornately adorned. It has a blue gem embedded in it, and even as you kind of like open up and look through it a little bit as you identify it, there's maps of strange places you've never seen. But the name of it is the Atlas of Endless Horizons, or Horizons. And there's some spells inscribed in it, which you can find in D&D Beyond.
The Atlas of Endless Horizons.
Yes, sir.
All right. All right.
Telling you, with the Pyro's fancy ring, you know, it'd be nice for him to have this little tattoo on his forehead.
On his forehead.
It takes up a bit more than just the forehead at that rarity.
Well, it can be forehead to chin for all I care.
So let's do the black stone figurine.
Yeah. As you identify that, you see it move slightly as it's like kind of like wings flat for a second. And you get that this can be used to transform into a giant fly that can be ridden as a mount.
That's hilarious.
And that is for D&D Beyond, figurine of wondrous power, ebony fly.
Nice.
Reminds me of Gwen Hovar.
Yes, same thing.
Okay. And finally we're gonna do the dried plant stems in silver.
Yes. With this, it has 3 charges. You can use a charge to cast Speak with Plants, and if you use the charm to do that, then for the duration of that spell, you advantage on charisma checks made to influence the behavior, demeanor, and attitude of the plants. And that is Charm of Plant Command.
Yeah, that tattoo is 2 arms or the chest or the upper back. And I think that Pyro already unattuned from the resistance ring because he got other stuff that he needed to attune to.
Does the charm of plant command regain charges?
At dawn, yes.
Okay.
So I've got Dancing Short Sword, Ghost Step Tattoo, Figurine of Wondrous Power, Ebony Fly, Infiltrator's Key, Atlas of Horizons, and Charm of Plant Command.
Yep.
Sweet.
Cool.
I mean, it's not mine to give out, but who needs what for now? We can certainly give this stuff back to Revik when we find him, but for now, good weapons shouldn't go to waste.
I mean,
I'm good for now, and I pat the Soul Fortress rifle.
I mean, if we think that it would be good for one of us to be resistant to any damages, then I could possibly take the needle.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah, if you're willing to be up front.
I feel you should take the short sword that is in your wheelhouse.
That's fair.
As the only wizard, can I grab the Atlas of Endless Horizons?
I wouldn't know what to do with it. Apparently, you're not supposed to eat them.
I'm laughing at Matt because, you know, at the start of last session, none of us would be able to use that book.
Oops.
Oh, you finally took your one dip into wizard now?
I mean, it's 2 dips, but yeah,
2 dips?
I took the first of it.
Nice.
All right.
I now absolutely have the ever important Lich Slap.
What was the? I'm thinking of something when a character that literally just like eats the book and then gains power from it. I forget.
Is it a recent show or an old show?
No, it's old, and I can't for the life of me remember what it was. He just like, oh,
I remember Johnny Five would need input
That's-
all the time.
that's gonna bother me for a while till I remember.
Live. I just want to see Mal jumping around with the dancing sword while himself is dancing.
That's very likely. I would probably know the command word, correct?
Yes, when you attune, you learn it.
All right.
And yeah, so it's actually it's actually a draconic word that you're aware to say.
The entertaining thing about this is I just looked up the spells, and I will never be able to cast half of them.
Don't start praying for death just yet.
Anyway,
Yeah,
what-
the other note I made about that item is that it has maps, like a bunch of different maps, and like it's like is an atlas of places.
Okay. Sorry. Where was there was a draconic word? I was looking at the book and missed something. What was the draconic word? Where did that come in?
Sword.
Oh, okay. I only say that because, you know, in getting tutored by Leshnia, I now speak Draconic.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, depends if Mal shares it.
Mal knows Draconic?
Nope.
Just
I know this one
but he
word.
doesn't know what it means.
So that's the cool thing is I could tell you what it means.
Do I want to know, or is it one of those words?
It means booger.
Cool. So that's basically everything from the top of the chest, right? That's plus piles and piles and piles of documentation to go through, right?
Yeah, unless you want to go more through that, it just depends on what you want to do right now.
I think that'll do. I'm more eager to get out there. So we've got a good defensive position here. We could sit here and make a bunch of noise and wait for them. That may pay off, may not. But if there are people out there and there's a chance of saving them, I'd like to take some hoof. Thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, we could just retreat here when we need to, right? Instead
That's
of
fair.
having
If we're not going too far. So this weird fly thingy, but it only carries one person, right, Tonk?
One person becomes the fly, and then one
What?
person can ride.
Huh?
Oh,
right?
No,
No.
the figurine just expands.
Oh, I thought it was okay.
Okay.
I haven't actually read it. I thought you said that it allows you to turn into a mouse.
No.
That'd be
It
fucking cool.
it enlarges to a
And
fly.
becomes a mountain.
Okay.
Becomes a mountain.
That was funny. You become a fly for us to ride.
We just take turns riding and being ridden. Oh god.
Let me actually
Yeah.
look at this here now that I'm actually caring to.
Yeah, I think as these go out, Mal, you notice all these items, with the exception, of course, of the key, have the kind of Mal Savage crest of arms inscribed on it somewhere.
Okay.
So you know if it gets stolen.
All right. So yes, it can carry a person, and once you use it, you can't use it again for 2 days.
Okay. I might just pop that in my pocket real quick.
Hey, Ryan.
Hello.
Yo.
Stuff happened.
All right, so if that's the chest, anything anybody wants to do? Any other shit? This is gonna sound really awkward. Tholo, would you do me a small favor and say some pretty words to whoever's up there to hope that we find these guys?
Yes, I've been praying ever since half that boat fell into the water.
Thanks.
Sorry.
Mm. Do you want me to? I don't know if I could. Let me check this spell again. Because I mean, I don't know, or I've never met Mal's uncle. It doesn't say you have to meet people to cast sending to them, but you have to be familiar.
Yeah.
Pyro probably crawls out of a hole at some point, holds up the crystal ball. He had a very long day. He's been sleeping the entire time.
Yeah.
But
You just missed out on them passing out magic items to each other.
but
I
do
did hear
have-
that there was somebody thought about putting a tattoo on my head.
Yes.
I was on the stream on my way home, so I got a bit of it. I know we've got a figurine of a fly that will turn into a giant fly, a dancing short sword, and that's all I got.
You got a good amount there.
Yeah.
Don't
I'd
worry
say
about
if you want to make a just a wisdom check, 15 or higher, you can send to the uncle.
Okay, but also I just noticed that Pyro put out the glass there, the crystal ball.
Yeah.
And I
So
believe
if
he said that he could scry with that, and we have a lot of his uncle's items.
yeah,
That is
just
true.
whatever is probably the most, his or most dear to him. Just let me have that for a sec.
Sure.
That's
I point to Mel. Put it on his tummy.
You're
Here.
muted, Mel.
What are you giving to me?
The
Mel
necklace.
himself.
Oh, the key,
Oh, the key.
the
Okay.
key necklace.
Okay. So yeah, I grab that and I'll cast scrying on him.
All right. Yeah, I think. Okay. So, and what's your DC?
You see?
Unless the scrying orb has a different one.
Yeah, the scrying orb has a different one, and
What
it's
is it?
affected by different stuff.
Right. What's the base DC?
That's what I'm trying to get right now.
17 maybe. I mean, crystal ball 17. Is there something else?
Yeah, well, it's on my page. It's just there we go.
Yeah, DC 17.
And then it should be, or he gets a negative on his save if he's trying to save to it,
Right.
because they've
But
got
also
a
there's-
personal item.
Yeah, but it cancels out with the second handness of it. So it's basically a +1 ultimately instead of +5. So yeah, I think use the ball, it glows briefly and then just dies down and nothing comes of it.
Hmm.
Nobody home?
Nope, either he saved or there's something else going on around him, probably.
All right.
I could still try to reach out to him if possible.
If you can.
15, right, Matt?
Yeah, 15 on a wisdom check.
Wisdom check. Okay. Oh, well, that's a 19, so I will try
There you go.
to let me put that now. 3rd level. I will say I'm part of your nephew's crew, Mal. We are on this wretched island trying to look for you. Can you direct us in any way?
Comes back is this really gravelly whisper. I don't know where on the island I am. Keep Mel safe. Get out of here. It's not worth it. And it says, he goes, as though he's been hit or something stopped him, and that's it.
Mal, your uncle doesn't seem in the best position, nor does he think it's worth saving him, which I know
But
will not
he's-
stop you.
He's alive, right?
But
You
he
heard
is
him?
alive. Yes.
Okay. Well, shall we?
As long as we've gotten permission from the forest. Otherwise, it's going to hinder us the entire way there. We may not even make it.
Would it help to have somebody use the fly to go look around and explore? I mean, Leslie already left, right?
Yeah.
Well, good help there. We could do some poke around, try to get a better idea what the island looks like, or we can. What do you guys want to do?
I thought we were talking about a purging.
Tonk,
I mean,
have you heard
that's
back
high on my
from-
list, but
I am going to go back over to the same area of the forest I asked permission of. Well, so are we the next morning at this point? Because I would have given it time.
Yes.
So as we're sort of preparing for things the next morning, I would go back over to roughly the same part of the forest that I asked the question to, understanding it might not be the same squirrels, it might not be the same whatever, but I'll still get down low, approach it the same way I did before, and see if
You're going to speak with
There's-
animals.
speak with animals. And I will just start with, will you allow us to help?
This time, there is the squirrel that jumps down and lands on your shoulder. And it stands on its hind legs. And you see that it has like what looks like thick leaves or bark tied to it, like armor almost. And it's
Nice.
got like this. You're assuming like it almost looks like a shard of glass that's been fashioned to something that looks like a sword that's at its side. Those, yes, I have been sent here to give you the report of the forest. You will not be impeded as long as you do not harm any living creature, natural born of the island.
The island is large. Can you or the other inhabitants of the island guide us to their camps?
Kind of pauses. That was We would like to see you take care of one camp on your own. And if we believe that you have the ability to follow through on your intentions, we can help with the others. Otherwise, we would prefer not to make acts of war. They've infiltrated our ranks before. They can
Understood.
look like us.
Understood. I thank you for the tolerance and the chance.
And Ken looks very serious. He goes, I sincerely hope you succeed. They are a cancer. And he hops up the tree and scurries up.
So, all you guys hear is me chittering at this squirrel.
Yeah. So actually, you hear is him chittering, but if you were near the squirrel spoke common. He was doing speak with that. The squirrel was just like, I just talked to you.
As soon as you responded in common, I would have answered in common. It was the initial chitter then that, before I realized they spoke common.
The spell was already doing that for you.
Oh, that's, all right, that's fine. The island will grant us permission to enter, and if we succeed against one camp, they will help guide us to the others.
Okay, that's great news.
As I expected, when I saw the symbol on the first one, and as I gained an understanding of what they're doing here, the island views them as a cancer.
Well, time to remove the cancer.
Potani, you said you were taken to a camp. I know that was a while ago, and you've stayed on the outskirts since. But can you at least take us to the one you went to? Even if it doesn't have Mal's uncle, taking out one camp would convince the island to help us the rest of the way.
I mean, I think I can find my way back to where I was taken. It didn't look like the most permanent of places, but we can at least go to the site.
It is at least a start.
Do you mind if I take my trees?
Whatever works best for you.
She looks out there's a little bit of a creaking as you like the width between the trees lessens a little bit. She kind of looks. She goes, "Yeah, it might actually make things more complicated." All right, are we ready to go?
I turn to the rest of the group. Any other delays?
Did everybody attune to what they were going to attune to overnight?
Correct.
Yep, there's plenty of time to attune, definitely. All right.
And then for the ghost step tattoo, did Thola actually embed the tattoo or no?
You're muted, Thola, if you're answering.
Is he frozen?
Probably.
Looks frozen. No, I saw eye movement.
Thola, did you put the tattoo on? So where'd you put the tattoo?
You're muted.
I did put it on my back, like on my shoulders going down or whatever. However, it looks.
So you got the sick back tattoo going down to the shoulders to the middle of the back.
Sweet.
So, excellent. All right.
I mean,
Martin
I
Lavore.
agree. I agree. Fan art of the squirrel should happen, but I am no artist.
I was gonna ask if his name was Captain Nuts because that would be cool.
Oh,
Going crazy. He's nuts.
So before we actually started heading out, I think I would have kind of made my way over to Tonk and casually ask him, how did he know that he was affluent in magic, or was it something that he had to seek out? Like the first time you ever tried it, used it.
Well, it was. It isn't. It, at least for me, it wasn't a thing I was born with. It was a thing I studied. It was a thing I learned. It's the same way that you learn to do math. Once you learn the ways of the world and you learn the principles of the flow of ether, it is just a thing that you do. When you build things the right way, they work.
So there's not such a thing as not having magic, it's just not learning it?
I mean, that is at least the truth of it for me. I have heard that others are born with a more innate sense of it, a more innate capability to it. They're born with ether in their blood, if you will.
Pyro just walking by, raises his hand.
Duly noted. Okay.
But for those of us that take the time to study it and to learn it, if you're willing to do that, there is no one that is incapable of doing it.
Okay.
You're telling me every village idiot could throw spells at me now?
Only if they're smart
There's-
enough.
Not
If
the
there's-
idiots.
If they're still an idiot, then they haven't spent the time needed to learn the proper ways of things.
So it can't just happen by accident?
Your village idiot is almost certainly not spent the amount of time in books and with the schooling necessary to master the principles.
I've never
Pyro
seen anybody
walking
steer a
back in
cow
the
that long.
opposite direction, raises his hand again. Raises his hand and then kind of points right down at himself.
You are either born with it, as I point to Pyro. You're either born with it, or it takes years of disciplined study. Your average village idiot is neither.
Well, I mean, you can always have a god bestow that power on you.
I mean, there's that too. But
I
what your
remember
average
that.
village idiot is none of those three. They are not righteous enough in their deity to have been granted power. They are not disciplined enough to have learned, or they are not, as I look back over at Pyro, lucky enough to have been born with it.
So then how do we explain the druids? They are blessed by the forest?
It is similar to a discipline and a piety. They take the time to center themselves and commune with the ether that flows in life. These ones have chosen to twist it, to corrupt it, but it stems from that connection to the discipline to center oneself, the piety to believe strongly enough in the power of life.
Okay. Well, I don't want to go any further and put you into a bad mood again. So I do appreciate.
I mean,
it helps out a lot.
as I point into the woods, I'm like, these ones put me in a bad mood. and I suppose, based on our earlier conversation, Zahir puts me in a bad mood. But in general, the conversation doesn't.
So
Well, he is literally the counter to my god. He is the poison that my god works to save the world, to save
Nature.
The name of this planet.
Exandria.
Exandria. Yes. He is literally the poison that Melora works to save Exandria from. He puts me in a bad mood.
if you need to work out some of these frustrations, but Donnie knows the way. It's probably right over that.
Yes.
Let's catch up. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Absolutely. You begin. Tony goes, yes, we have to go roundabout. I think. But yes, I go by Tree Branch usually. And her 6 legs or 4 legs that support her. She has 2 arms. Begins leading all of you around with her bug body.
For the record, Stephen,
Wait,
out
what
of
is
character, I
she?
still love this.
What is she?
She is what's.
Noatsu?
Yeah. Do y'all want to explain Noatsu? Because I think Pyro would go, "What in the heck is this thing?" And a few of the party members have met these before.
Imagine if a flesh crafter or a simic, if you're familiar with Magic the Gathering, decided that it would be awesome if some people got some insect abilities. And so you have half people, half insects.
Do you know what a drider is?
No.
It's
Oh,
Heard of that?
Well, so
it's
this is
just
actually
an
more on the
insect
other end.
version.
This is more insects getting intelligent abilities and
Yeah.
growing to a huge size.
So it would be as if you took a beetle and you took the upper portion of it, gave it a slightly more torso and arm kind of thing, but it still has the carapace of a beetle, it still has the legs of a beetle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it
It
does
looks
kind of look
super
like
friendly.
its head is like insectoid, almost praying mantis-like as she looks. That's kind of the look of her.
Nah. Cool.
Definitely not like humanoid in its stature, but just an intelligent creature.
But-
It's carrying like a big bug carapace shield, coconut armor, and a kind of large sword that looks like it was made from like a beater's pincer.
But if I recall in our experience with the Iwatsu, they are a people like Patani is a beetle, but I recall there being some that were other insects.
Yeah, some more like crickets and
the
Birds,
degree to
moths.
which they are human varies a little bit. Some are only barely human, some are more human. But yes, they are insects that have been given humanoid intelligence and some humanoid features.
All right.
And are big. So yes, if Pyro would, what the fuck that,
yeah.
then he would.
Yeah.
Yeah. She goes, well, thank you for calling a lady big, but yes, I am bigger than most of my people due to our magic, but yes. And begins to crawl and lead everyone away.
So, to be clear, the one who called her big is 2.5 feet tall. The beetle is bigger than the gnome at this point. I think the gnome can call the beetle big.
Well, sensitive. And she brings so she starts on your way. So how Yeah, let's do marching order because between the trees is going to be somewhat single file. Obviously, Polani is in front. Who's behind Polani?
I'll be immediately behind Polani.
Okay.
To be clear,
Tawny.
Kalani's not quiet, right? We're talking about, or is Kalani quiet?
She would have disadvantage on stealth because she's got heavy. Well, actually, no, because she doesn't get that because she has her coconut armor, like you do.
I will be behind Tonk.
Okay.
Do you want to scout, or do you want us all to stay rank and file?
Well, Potani's leading us, so
Also, I don't. We have been granted permission by the island. I don't know how it would feel about if we broke up as a group and we separated and started scouting in different directions and running in different directions.
Mm,
I want to be cognizant of the hospitality we are being offered.
Cool. So after Thola?
mm,
I'll go.
Okay.
probably me.
Then Jajal. Then is it Kaldrim or Mal next?
I'm perfectly fine playing rear guard, just to look for ambushes.
yeah, that's fine. That way I'll just be right in front of him, so I can ask, like, "Hey, am I okay to fire?"
Gotcha. All right. So who? So Mal's guarding. What's everybody doing as they're traveling?
I'm probably looking for any footprints that aren't ours.
Okay. Thola's looking for footprints.
Knowing that the island has granted us permission to be here, but the squirrel said that there have been infiltrators, I'm going to look at the wildlife, at the animals,
Mm-hmm.
to see if some of them appear to be acting differently than the others. If some of them are taking are like if the rest of them are just sort of taking space and giving us space, but there's a couple that seem to be following us.
Yeah.
Trying to notice if any of the animals are acting differently than the rest.
Absolutely, I like that. What else are people doing?
I'd be-
Pyro's struggling not to start fires everywhere. Just mentally.
Okay.
And I'd be keeping an eye out specifically for the druids.
Okay. Sounds good.
In their
Mouse.
humanoid forms.
Mal's going to keep a little bit of trailing distance, like 20 feet or so, and try to be relatively quiet. So if something is trying to sneak up on us, the last loud person's at least 20 feet in front of me, so I can listen a little bit better.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I gotcha. All right. Jajal, you doing anything?
I think I'm going to keep. I think I only have like 2 vials remaining, maybe 1 vial. I want to keep a vial of prepared poison from the jug, just in my left hand, and then have a dagger in the right, just in case. So that way, if I need to apply it, I can.
Makes sense. All right. In that case, Tonk, give me an insight check. I'm trying to discern the behavior of the animals.
Would you allow me a nature check?
I'm going to argue against that because
Okay,
they're
that's
intelligent animals.
That's fine.
This is more.
Still got a dirty 20.
There you go.
Nice.
I'd say with the 20, you do see, I want to say 40 feet up, there is a monkey that is trailing all of you looking down. That seems not to be the same. Everyone else is, as you said, kind of there's the birds and stuff aren't near you. They're keeping keeping distance, but this one definitely seems to be trailing and tracking with you as you move. This monkey.
So I am going to sort of, as I'm, turning and looking in the different directions, I've got my pistol drawn. I am going to one of the times that I've turned to the side so that it might be seen by the people behind me, I'm going to tap my pistol and then thumbs up. So just sort of a tap the pistol and then thumbs up.
To your party.
Yep.
Okay.
And then Tholo was directly behind you, Tonk, right?
Yep.
Okay. Do you say anything, or that's just it?
That's the signal that he gave.
Yeah,
That's all I'm doing right now.
Hmm. Do you want us to make an insight check to see if we can understand that?
I mean, I think if you guys decide you understand that, you can understand that. I think it's fairly. They've been together a little bit. Though the same thing as you're walking, this is happening. Thola, give me a survival check for those footprints.
That's a 25.
Nice. I think you confidently are not seeing footprints around here.
Okay.
Oh, survival's wisdom. Nice.
Must be wise to survive.
That's fair.
Yeah. So, did everyone just keep moving along with the monkey watching then?
Because, I mean, if we attack and it ends up being not a druid, then we kind of get, like...
Yeah.
Yeah, if I'm wrong in my take and it's just an island monkey, then we've, shot our welcome in the head. But I certainly want us to be... I certainly want to make the rest of the party aware that we are being tailed.
I think I would slow my pace to get back to Mal to make sure that he saw the signal. And if he didn't, let him make it casually aware and ask what he thinks.
Not hostile yet, right? Is there anything weird about? I mean, you can ask Tonk if it glows in the dark. I don't know. There's some jiggery pokery that has to happen, but it looks like a monkey to me.
Radioactive baboons.
The last ones did attack us fairly quickly after seeing us.
I guess the other question is, what's the harm in just one? If they're tracking us, they're tracking us. We're not going to be difficult to track.
That's fair.
You keep going through these woods, and about a good, I'd say, half hour in, as Polani's leading all of you, it's interesting. You're walking through piles of rifled through items.
Whoa.
There's clothes and broken swords and spears. There's little trinkets and toys and just all types of stuff here. It looks like she goes, all the items that we had were stripped from us here initially anyway.
Any weapons in the piles? Any armor? Or is it just random stuff?
If you want to search through it, you can. We'll make an investigation check.
I'll do a cursory glance just to determine, if it's obvious they're parting out the weapons and armor, that's useful. So investigation check is a nat 20.
Nice.
22. Don't waste them.
You guys here. I think you go through all this. You find there's I would say there is a half plate mail that is still functional, as well as a spear and I would say a short bow, 5 arrows, and 5 crossbow bolts. Make your way there.
About how many people were on the boat when you guys hit the rocks? Full crew, 20, 30, 40, 50, little light.
Yeah, it would be horses trusted crew. Those it's kind of just the skeleton what we needed. So I'd say maybe 8 or 9 of us.
Okay. Does this look like just 8 or 9 people's stuff by the looks of it?
No. And the way she talked about, there was already stuff here when she
Okay.
got here.
They've done this enough time. There's a routine.
All right, and then Mel, make a perception check for me.
$11.
11.
It's one louder.
All right. As you're rifling through everything, there's like this. It feels as though you've rubbed against something sharp, like a sword or something, and you pull it out, and you're bleeding from your like knuckles down to just your wrist.
Is there a trap or something? Is there some like? Is there something that obviously caused this?
I mean, you didn't see it,
But something. Okay.
Yeah. And then give me a charisma saving throw, please.
My favorite. 17.
17.
Mhm.
All right. You feel it kind of weird as though something was trying to make its way through your veins, but you're okay. But you do suffer 4 damage. And like the wound now, as you look at it, looks almost infected.
Great. Anybody have a kit on them that could help me seal this up? I apparently just scratched the shit out of myself.
I do actually have a healer's kit. Let's see if we can wrap you up real quick.
This is
All right.
one of
So
your
you go to do that.
one of your pickups from the store before we left.
Yes.
Did you hurt yourself rifling through there, Mal?
There's something. Something felt kind of weird. I don't know. Could have been like a bug or a snake or something. Something at least a little bit sharp. I don't see any bite marks. But could have been a trap, but I didn't see anything.
All right. There is movement in the trash around you.
Is it a trash golem?
It's just like, also if there's like an animal or something, and they just kind of starts wiggling around.
Okay,
then
so
it
we
stops.
need to worry about this. We need to worry about the spiked walls closing in on us.
Um,
Not that kind of trash.
and
Okay.
Sorry, Jajal, I need a charisma saving throw, and Thul, I need 2 charisma saving throws from you.
Damn, son.
What shit is this?
Oh no!
Oh,
I was like, yeah, that's cool. I've got a pretty good bonus to charisma. Nope. 5.
Oh no!
2 10s.
Okay.
Which monster wins?
So you're going to
Okay.
take 5 damage, Jajal, and
Okay.
Thola, you would take 13.
Okay.
And you feel this, and you just see like this tiny hand with like it's hard to say. It looks like this little like point, almost like a pointed dagger, kind of run and like hop in the trash.
Ow!
Let's get out of the trash.
Are we gonna fight back?
Let's get out of the trash.
Let's run, and Pyro, you can burn the trash.
his eyes light up.
Okay,
Early.
cool. Jajal, make a charisma save, and Thola, I need 2 more.
Oh, snaps.
That one's better. That's a 21.
Also, as soon as Pyro's told he can burn the trash, he's gonna find the nearest
Okay.
pile of trash
23
that
and 19.
somebody's not standing in and cast Create Bonfire on it.
Did we see anything?
It's going really quick. If you want to like really try to look, you can make a perception check.
Yeah. I've
Nope.
got 3 bleeding partners now.
Pyro's told burn the trash. He's just aiming for trash.
Hey, hold up, Pyro. Hold up.
21.
Hold up.
You've
I think
already
it's a little
told me
late
he's
for
already
that.
launched at least one.
Yeah, so some of it ignites.
I mean, I get it. He's already launched one, but I'm still gonna be like, hold it. Everybody get out of the trash.
We're trying.
Yes.
21 perception check.
21 perception check. Yeah, I think what you see is this black-haired porcelain doll look up at you in the eyes and run at you with this dagger.
Can I shoot it?
Tries to stab you. Surprised as you just
Kick it.
kind of see it.
Hunt it.
As it misses and tries to run away. And then as you're looking around, you're seeing that there are a bunch of these things around you. Everyone can roll initiative.
Jesus Age. Miniature trash golems.
God damn it.
Hunt him. Boom.
Seriously?
Like a kickball.
Well, I will take that one on initiative instead of an attack.
You know what? Fair. I'll take the 3 for initiative as opposed to for an attack.
All right, so Matt, what'd you
Pyro is very
18.
much ready for this.
get? 18.
18.
So as soon as the fire came out, I would have been very clear to holler at Pyro. We can't kill no animals, cannot kill anything born on the island.
All right. Thilda, what'd you get?
15.
15. And Pyro?
17.
Tonk?
4.
Doll?
22.
And Caldrum?
11.
All right. Joe, go ahead and make a perception check as we start here.
Aye.
1 sec, BRB.
That'll be
That's-
22.
You rolled performance, my guy.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, that was a performance. Oops.
But it was a
Uh,
16. So
It was
just
a 16. So my wisdom is plus 4. So 20. Unless you want me to re-roll it because I clicked the
You're
right
fine.
one.
You rolled a d20, it counts. If you would have failed, we would have laughed at you.
Nice.
I mean, we can just laugh at him.
True.
Let's wait until we're done with the Velociraptors first.
Good thing he isn't a character in one of my my Call of Cthulhu games who's scared of being laughed at.
Caldrum doesn't know this, but I think they're quicklings.
I don't know about no quick links, but I know about some sneaky links.
I know about Jack's links. Like the sausage, right?
Jack links.
What about cracklings? What's that?
Oh, yeah.
Thilda was over here. Pyro. Caldrum. And at this point, Jajal, you perceive these dolls. Currently, there's one actually kind of went this way by that just attacked Caldrum. There were a bunch by you all.
Come play with us.
Yes, they do that little like.
Oh, it's creepy.
All right.
Both Jajal and Steven have nightmares tonight.
All right. So, with that, Jajal, what do you want to do?
Well, the one that attacked me is like the one that's standing right next to me, right?
Yes.
And just based out of retaliation, I'm going to turn around and stab it with the dagger that I had in my hand.
Okay. Absolutely. Go for it.
That's going to be just a 23.
23 a hit.
And 8 base is it doesn't have anything within 5 feet besides me, or how does it? What does that?
It's other enemies, right?
Does he have sneak attack based off of any of his rules? Is the easier question to ask.
Yeah, I would say you have sneak attack on this.
Okay, because there's too many things. Okay.
Well, because remember what we talked about. If you beat the regular sneak attack, oh, actually that wasn't you. I have another player that is playing the same setup as you. But if your regular sneak attack rules apply, then you still would get it.
Yeah. So it's if you are within 5 feet of it, no other creatures are within 5 feet of me.
Yeah, but you have the base.
Actually,
you have the base sneak attack rules right now.
Yeah, so
'cause
actually,
you have...
no, because of the way it is, no one else is engaged with the one you're fighting.
Oh, okay.
So no, you do
So
not
then
have
no sneak attack. R.I.P.
So just a second, it's going to be loud for like 10 seconds.
Features and traits.
Is that okay as far as volume goes?
Yeah, that's good.
Yep.
All right. So what's that damage?
If it's no sneak attack, then it's just a base of 8.
8 damage. Okay.
And then from there, can I bonus action and find a way to hide in the foliage?
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to step away from it, I would think, in order to do that,
Oh, that's fine.
which is fine. I mean, you've got your craziness, so
The rockish audacity. Oh, fancy footwork. There we go.
yeah. So where do you want to go here?
Opposite direction, away from the little gray one or the little green one, I guess.
So
like away from that
over
one.
here.
More. I guess it would technically be off of the map ish, but like in the foliage. Like yeah, some.
Well, you're in the
there.
foliage kind of now, but you want to move deeper into it.
Yeah, that direction. Yeah.
Just gonna put you there so we can see you. Well, so yeah, make a stealth check.
That's only going to be a 29.
Nice.
Only 29.
All right. Fun stuff. All right. The doll cannot see its target and is going to approach now. And you see it tries to take a different tactic and tries to flank you now.
Sweet.
You said these are tiny, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That's just going to be a 13. Don't think that hit you.
Nope.
No. All right. Then the one behind you is going to try to get you. That's 19.
Yep.
All right. Give me a charisma saving throw.
8.
8. All right. Noted. We're going to take 2 damage.
Got it.
All right. And then... Yeah, and I would say you notice that your Jajal, your movement seemed a lot slower when you went to move. And Mal, it's your turn.
All right. The one that just hit me a second ago is going to get at least 2 swords, possibly 3.
All right.
So blades out. First hit with a short sword is going to be a 22.
22. That hits.
And a whole 7 damage. Woo. And then second attack, same target.
Yep.
It's a 10 to hit. Probably not.
No.
And then
Yeah, it's so tiny, it kind of moves into the trash, and you just like kind of skewer like somebody's shoe.
All right, and then the bonus action to use the offhand weapon for the third attack. God damn it, 13 to hit.
Same thing. Like you're trying to like get the shoe off the swords and trying to get your attack, and this doesn't quite happen.
All right, so Mal's basically flailing around like an idiot trying to hit tiny targets are too fast for him.
How does the dancing sword work? Does he just give it the command one time and then it attacks on its own? Or does he still have to command it?
It's my bonus action to attack, and I use the bonus action for the third attack anyway. So unless I want to do something at a distance, like send it 30 feet away, it's not tremendously useful.
That's why I was asking if it's a bonus action each turn to get it to attack, or if it just attacks taking the action one time, and then you would essentially get 4 attacks around. Because you could use your extra attack on your attack action. What's the dancing sword say? Does it say you have to command it each time?
Bonus action to move it and then cause it to attack, it looks like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like a spiritual weapon type deal.
So if I've got stuff in close range, it makes less sense. If I'm trying to chase something further away, it makes more sense.
Got it.
Yeah.
Unless I'm misreading.
You have to continually use your bonus action.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was like some constructs that you're just like, attack my enemy, and then it just does its thing.
Yeah, I know.
That's it for
still
me.
useful because it's 30 feet away. You can take care of some stuff.
It's his own spiritual weapon.
That is all right, Pyro.
I'm gonna go ahead and make cast Scorching Ray with how many do I see? I should say.
How many do you see? Currently, you see 4.
Okay, then
because everyone's moving and fighting. They're obvious at this
yeah. I'm gonna go ahead cast it at a 3rd level, and I'll shoot 2 at just 2 of them, 2 that have been hit.
Okay, so you want a 1 ray at each?
No, so I've got 4 rays.
Okay.
I'm sending 2 rays at each
one that's
2
been
different
hit.
ones.
Yep, you got it. So we'll do the first one. This is the one that was attacking Jaw initially.
Okay. So I got a 19 and a 12 to hit on the first one.
Okay, so 1 hits.
Okay. For 7 damage.
Alright. So as that one misses and kind of goes off and kind of glances off a tree, there's kind of this like a growl of creaking of the trees around you.
Sorry. And the other 2.
Okay.
That's cocked. Not great. 14 and a 16.
1 hits, 1 misses.
Okay. For 3 damage.
Got it.
And
Okay. Almost reflexively, as that goes out and hurts more of the forest, there's a tree branch that swings past you, but you're able to just dodge it.
I'm trying here. I'm trying. Or I'm not trying.
Anything else?
Nope. Yeah, that's it.
All right, Thola.
So I also see 2 of these things now. One is right next to me, I'm guessing.
Yeah, you can see all 4 that have been around. At this
all
point.
4 now. Okay.
Yeah.
Then
one is right next to you.
Right. What I'm going to do with my first action is Thola's going to say a few words, and she is going to bond Mal and Mal herself and Finn. Just going my mind here. And then after that, she is going to cast spiritual weapon right behind the other one that's right next to her.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, that and let's see here. Does a 15 hit?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Son. I'll say, why is my D8 hiding from me? 7 damage of force with the scythe there.
All right, yeah. So it goes off, and some of the porcelain breaks off of it, revealing what looks like almost like black, like ichor and root, and like almost like tendrils underneath.
Ew. Don't like that. And that's the end of my turn.
All right. Go ahead and make a charisma saving throw, please.
Saving throw plus 4. 22.
22. All right.
Don't need that D4 for that.
Yeah, it feels as though like something is like you're trying to like shake stuff off, and something about the eyes of this doll, you feel like something's racking and trying to like break into your brain, like it's trying to tear your skull apart.
Gross.
But Caldrum, it's your turn.
All right. The one that Thola just hit with the scythe is what I'm going to attack. I'm going to knock this over to Harriet,
Okay.
and then take a shot with Soulforger at advantage. So that's 27 to hit.
Nice, that hits.
21 damage.
All right. How do you want to do this? It's done.
Damn.
Yeah, just like basically the bullet hits and it just like shatters in place, and the inky tendrils kind of like dissipate around the bullet.
Yeah. That kind of sinks in. There's this like kind of like mist that rises up and dissipates. Hisses.
Then second shot, whichever one is damaged or that is flanking Mal is one of the ones that is flanking Mal damaged.
Yep.
I would fire at that one. Sharpshooter, and I'm going to expend a grit to maintain advantage. That's a natural 20. So I'll get my grit back.
Deleted.
That's going to be 38 damage.
And again, explodes.
There's 2 more, right?
Oh yeah.
You know what? No, because I don't know what's gonna happen. I'll let that go for my turn. I'll let my friends do some stuff.
Damn, bro, you trust us? What?
Deleted.
All right. With that, then, let's see. Make sure I get this right. Yeah, the one that had messed with you before looks at you. Has like this, like the porcelain cracks into a smile as it runs at you.
Oh, that's terrifying.
It's like, as it goes, you look fun.
Wanna play?
That's going to be 16.
That misses.
As it,
Sidestep out of the way of its
yeah,
attack.
as it dings. It's like, and then you hear a voice behind you that's like, that you hear is like, he does look fun, doesn't he? And out of the trash comes.
That's a plant.
This one will have advantage. And that will be a 23.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Alright. So that is going to be... It's going to be 5 damage. And I need a charisma saving throw.
6.
6, alright. Noted. Next, let's see here what we got. Pyro's been setting fires over here, so this one's going to break out and try to come at Pyro.
Unintentional.
Uh-huh.
They actually have been unintentional this time. It's just Pyro, no matter when I've played him, has terrible luck rolling his d20s. That's why I typically go for the save ones, but I can't do single person saves yet.
What I'm hearing is that you need to make an ice version of Pyro.
Yeah, that's going to be a 20 to hit.
What, you think I haven't already?
Alright, I'm assuming that hits Pyro.
What was the...
20.
Yes, that'll hit.
Okay, that'll be 7 damage.
Alright.
As you feel like these wounds are being infected, I need you to do another charisma or first charisma saving throw.
Alright.
What's your AC with the heirloom bracers of defense?
Well, right, it's down to 14 right now because I don't have mage armor anymore.
Got it.
18 on the dice, so 26.
Okay.
So was that the doll thing that hit me, or the forest?
It was a doll.
Oh, okay.
Laughs. And then
Yep.
up here, one skittering towards Tonk. We'll attack. Oh, that's going to be 8. It just dings off of your gears and stuff.
Excuse me.
Then Tonk, it's your turn.
All right. I'm not sure that necrotic is really any better than fire in a place like this island that's supernaturey, but it's probably less likely that things are vulnerable to it than it is fire.
I think it's still worth a shot, personally.
So I'm gonna use Lich Slap instead of Firebolt, as I swap a black crystal into my pistol,
Nice.
and just aim right at the one that's right there.
You got it.
18 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
$19 damage.
Nice.
That's good. Yeah. The ooze starts coming from it and almost looks like almost like this tentacly beast that's driving the doll.
And then Gidget's gonna take a shot.
Yeah.
Uh, 16.
16 to hit.
All right.
Gidget's damage is D4 plus your proficiency bonus, right?
Yeah, I've got it here.
I wonder why they did it like that, as opposed to like your spellcasting mod.
Because they don't want it overpowered, but they want it to scale.
Okay, that's
So
fair.
as proficiency bonus goes up, the damage goes up.
Does Gidget have an intelligence?
5. Nice. I think it has a basic intelligence.
It has an int of 10.
Could Gidget attune to things?
It's usually not for me. Okay, yeah, you can. It's like you can see like these like tentacles like going out, piecing the thing back together as best it can. But it's extremely hurt. Jajal, it's your turn.
So between where I am now and the one that's in front or in between Caldrum and myself, is that within 30 feet?
Are you trying to break the flanking? Is that what you're trying to do?
Well, I'm going to attack the one that's in front of you, yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, 30 feet.
So am I still relying on my 29 roll for stealth, or do I need to roll another one to do a stealth attack?
Oh no, you rely on that.
Before I go out, I'm going to think on the dagger and then ask for just a little bit more oomph into this dagger. And then as I approach, I'm going to come out and then strike down. And as I attack, I'm also invoking a booming blade attack.
Okay.
Oh, would that be with advantage from stealth?
Yeah.
Okay, well, either way, it was a 14. Was the best one.
14. Yeah, that's gonna miss.
unlucky.
Gonna hit the
very
forest floor.
Well, regardless, I'm going to say, hey, creepy little thing, why don't you come over my way? And I'm going to back up about 10 feet.
Got it. Alright, you see this one skitters around Mal. And Jajal, I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
Hi. Oh, 10.
We getting hella hepatitis.
And we're all getting it.
You got it. All right. You watch as the doll falls over.
Huh.
And then that's going to be Mal's turn.
Sweet. So there are none currently in front of me, right?
Correct. There's just one that's like looks unconscious behind you.
Looks
Not moving.
unconscious. I'm gonna take that first attack to just stab the crap out of it, like straight down. Because the other one's died in a slightly different way. I'm just gonna stab to show this one.
Okay.
Is it advantage because prone or unconscious?
It would be an advantage.
All right. Second roll's a 24.
Is that
Okay.
auto crit?
Is it unconscious? I guess is the better question. And so does it?
It's
auto-crit?
unconscious.
So
So that's auto crit.
So that's double. Okay,
If you right click the damage, you should be able to select crit. Yeah.
got it. Just found it. I'm special. All right, that's 11.
11 damage.
Still there?
So there.
All right, let's do it again with the second attack. That's going to be 23 to hit.
That hits.
Still auto crit, right?
Yep.
That's going to be 12 more damage.
Okay.
And then if it's still there, one more would be fine. There's going to be some
Okay,
stabs.
just give me a second here.
Yeah.
You stab it, and it like kind of like wiggles for a second and goes limp, but does not dissolve. It looks like it's bleeding out and dying. At the same point, Jajal falls unconscious, and this like black blood starts coming out of his mouth.
Oh shit.
oh,
Oh, damn it.
How the hell did that happen?
He
so
he failed all 3 of his charisma checks.
Even with some bonding, you were terrible. I'm just kidding.
Oh, I forgot about Bond.
but
He rolled a 10 though
Yeah, I did roll
yeah.
a 10.
on the only one where he had bonding.
Yeah. He also essentially has Bane on him, but I haven't been able to. I've been doing it because everyone's been rolling too high for it.
Hmm.
So even with Bond, it would have counteracted a little bit.
So does he appear dead, catatonic, unconscious?
I would say that they both look like they're bleeding out and dying.
It would be so tragic. Tajal
And
just went through this like awesome character, dies immediately in the next session.
well, there's no other dolls that we see.
That's anticlimactic.
Oh, there's other dolls
Those
around.
are the dolls.
Oh, I didn't know if those. I didn't know if all 4 were killed yet, but I see
No,
there's
no.
3 standing over there, or 4.
Yeah, you can. There's more that started to come out of the trash.
Gotcha.
So I've got one more attack. I sure shit don't want to go after either that doll or Dajjal. I can't do anything about the magical goopy from your face situation. Can I close to the closest doll, which is probably right in front of Caldrum?
Let's see here.
Move speed
What's
is
your
30.
speed?
30.
30. Your speed's reduced by 10 feet right now.
Okay, so I get most of the way there.
You can get right to you can get to Pyro.
But not the doll.
You can get to Pyro's doll, yeah.
Okay, cool. And then I'll use the bonus action one more hit.
All right.
And that short sword is going to be a 22 to hit.
Okay.
So you
And
have
damage.
You're strapped with 3 swords now, right?
Yeah,
Your
so
2 that
yeah,
you
there's-
had, and then your
one on the back which I can toss, and then two at the hips for
Yeah.
the usual wear and tear. But again, like it's 2 attacks plus the bonus action attack for the light, so that's my typical round is gonna be 3.
So what I'm hearing is that you're Zorro.
Yeah,
You need,
That's-
you need to
that
be
was-
using 3-sword style.
that's what I was about to say.
That's funny because
Zorro.
I'm reading
Yeah, it's like-
one of Michael Sullivan's books, and one of the character carries 3 swords.
Nice. All right, is that it?
Yeah, it was 22 to hit and 8 damage.
All right. Pyro.
Okay, so there's one right next to me along with Mal, so that kind of had a plan, and then Mal got close. So, well, I guess, would I be able to do Thunder Wave and not hit Mal?
What's the radius on it?
Well, it's a 15-foot cube.
It's a 15-foot cube that projects forward from you.
So you're gonna thunder cube into the forest. Into
I'm
the
trying to get
plants
it
and
away
animals.
from me, and it's not fire. I'm not changing the damage type on this.
Oh my god, that actually sounds so cool! Like a concussive blast of like heated air for a thunder wave.
Well, I've done that before. I did the fire thunder wave. I called it a heat wave.
I don't recall you doing that. I recall
Well,
you.
I think it was
switching to-
before
No.
you joined.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're trying to do a cube,
Oh, nice.
If I need
Nice.
to move, so I'm like side by side with Mal, but not
Yeah.
leaving its area.
I would say we can make that happen. Was
Yeah.
the cube centered on you,
Yeah,
or
so-
out from you?
No, it's 3 squares in a direction from him. So he would count as like the center square, and so the squares in front of him. So it's the 9 squares in front of him in a direction. It's not like an AOE around him. It's not the 8
Yeah,
squares
yeah.
around him. It's
Because
the,
it would push
and-
them away from me.
yeah.
I'd say that if anything, you're going to be able to like take up Mal's space enough to do that from where you move. So yeah, that's
Okay.
fine.
So it needs to make a Constitution save.
Absolutely. That is 20.
He tried weapon attack, or he tried spell
Yeah, I
attack.
tried individual attacks, and now I'm just going with a non-fire AOE. So what was the save?
20.
20.
It saves. So it
So
takes
it's half
half damage and
then
isn't
pushed,
pushed. Yeah.
Is it still pushed on a save?
No, it's
No.
not.
Yeah, okay.
But it does take 9 thunder damage. Or no, half of 9.
So, yep.
Wait, is it considered an object? Does it get? Oh no, this is thunder. Wait, Never mind.
Yeah.
I was thinking shatter.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there is a thunderous boom out to 300 feet.
Pyro,
Yeah, so-
Pyro, you forget I already shot twice.
You see birds.
Well, it is. I'm just saying this specifically says there is a.
No, yeah. We're not too concerned about sound,
a thunderous boom audible out to 300 feet. Like it says it in there, so just want to make sure that's put out there.
Is there anything else you're doing?
No, I guess.
Okay. Thola, it's your turn. Thola might be muted there, Jalen.
Oh, sorry. Thola's going to start praying with the intention of healing all of her compadres without invoking attacks from her enemies, and she's going to start with those closest to her, making type of a horseshoe to channel divinity, balm of peace, and heal her.
Okay, and you get your speed, right?
It's my movement speed, yeah.
So your movement's reduced by 10.
Okay.
So who's the first one you want to get?
It would be the ones closest to me first. If Jajal is closer, then it'd probably be Jajal since he's.
I mean, Jajal's not closer, but
okay. Well,
basically, if you go Jajal, you would just get Jajal.
Okay,
so
then
just
what
Jajal or
fair enough.
Then, Mal and Pyro.
Then what I will do then is I won't move, and then I will start praying with the intent to heal all of everyone in the class. Yes, in the class.
Everybody in the class gets a heal
with a mass healing word.
Okay.
And that's 3 + 3 for 6. And then I'm going to move my scythe to the purple one and attack.
All right.
So everyone gets 6 heals in the heals.
Do I also add that to mine?
5,
Yes, you would add that to you.
Well, we don't know yet because he's pseudo possessed.
Well, yeah, whatever happens. And then that is 13 plus 6. Yeah, so 19.
19. That hits.
All right. 3 plus, I think it's 3. Yeah, so 6 force damage there.
6 force. So healing goes out. You see the wounds begin to close up around Jajal and then kind of reopen.
Ew.
And he starts to like sweat blood.
Ew.
He said, "That's nasty."
His fur is going to be so matted.
Yeah.
If he's sweating blood, like that's.
But then, can I move? Once I see that, can I use the
Yes,
rest of my
I'll
movement to
defer.
get to Jajal?
Of course.
Because what I could have did, I could have used my regular movement to get to Jajal. Then I could use the movement I get from Balm of Peace to move from him. Do all
We
that,
didn't use
but
Balm
I
of
don't wanna do
Peace.
that.
You used the.
No. I knew. I was
Oh,
talking
right.
about
You could have done it a
personal
little
first.
different. You're right.
Right, but it's all good. That I'm glad that I kind of did it this way because I learned.
Yeah, go ahead and make an Arcana check for me.
Oh, okay. What is my Arcana? It's like probably negative something. Yep. Okay. Oh, but it's okay. I bonded myself so I can add my little thing.
Wait, do you have a negative con?
No, negative intelligence.
Intelligent.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I mean
That's
that
fair.
didn't help
I have that
anyways
too.
because I rolled a 2, so I don't think that D4 is gonna help me any.
Okay.
That's
Not
2
so much,
minus
'cause
1.
Yeah, you'd have to roll a negative D4 as well because you're cursed.
Ah. Oh, wouldn't that just like cancel out if I was rolling a
Is
D4?
it D4?
For
bonds?
emboldening bond,
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyone's cursed, yeah, it just cancels the bond out. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Basically. You got it. So it's Caldrum's turn.
Okay. I'm irritated. I will shoot the one that actually hit me. So the one behind me.
Okay.
I will burn a grit for advantage and take my shot. I'm going to sharpshooter.
Alright.
So
You-
20
you-
22,
Have you failed a charisma check yet?
a singular one.
Okay, yeah, minus the D4.
Okay, so it's a 22 that I get, even with the sharpshooter.
Yeah, okay, you're gonna hit. Yeah,
Okay,
that's fine.
so 20. All right. So that's going to be 29 damage.
29 because of sharpshooter. All right, yeah, with that, it blows up from behind you, and the ichor goes flying around.
All right, so I get a grit back for dealing a killing blow. Then I'm gonna spend another grit, attack the one that's in front of me. Sharpshooter, advantage. That's a 25 to hit.
Yeah, it's gonna hit.
That's only 23 damage.
Okay, it's still up.
Only.
I'm gonna action surge because after seeing Jajal go down, I am less scared. Noctis will come out and use help on that one to give me advantage.
Yeah.
And sharpshooter. That's a natural 20, so I get a grit back.
Okay, this thing just gets destroyed. It only has 4 HP left.
And then I'll attack the one in front. Actually, they seem to be hampered. I'm seeing everybody's movement is hampered, so I'm going to attack the one in front of Tonk.
No, I got this. I get to go
Oh.
after the other one.
Okay. There's no others, right? Outside of the one that's
No.
unconscious?
No,
And
There's the
one
one
in
over
front
by
of-
Mal and Pyro.
Okay, so I'll shoot that one then. I'll burn a grit. Sharpshooter. Thank God I have advantage and I get one more roll because that was 2 natural ones. Okay. So 23, so 18. Let me roll that d4 for minus. Does a 14 hit?
That goes wide and hits a tree.
Damn, nothing.
They're tiny. Wouldn't
wait.
they hit the dirt?
Wait, Caldra misses?
I missed. Yeah, I rolled 2 natural ones on my first 2 d20
I
dice.
think that's the first time you've missed anything.
No,
Because you always have advantage, and then you get
I don't.
essentially
No,
that's
a
not
double
true. I don't
advantage.
always have. I don't always have advantage.
Almost.
All right,
And
but,
also, there was the time he took sharpshooter and took a shot before
And
he realized
misfired.
the AC that he was trying to hit and
And
decided to
misfired.
not sharpshooter the next round.
yeah, I've missed before. It's not. I'm not 100% hit ratio.
It's over 90 though.
That's my turn though.
Over 9,000.
Just-
Hey, look, you're good at magic stuff. I'm a fighter. I'm good at fighting.
Spider-Man.
All right.
Spider-Man.
So this is gonna be the one that's on Tonk.
I would also like to point out that until I just get to the point where I've always got higher level spells than Tonk, I think Tonk is even better at magic than me right now.
Actually, yeah, no, this is the one on Pyro. Okay.
But
and
Mal's
you-
there too.
and you
Mal hit it.
you succeeded on your checks. You're not cursed.
Yeah, no, I saved on I made my charisma save.
Yeah, that's 11. That's not going to hit you. But it is going to. Yeah, you can both. Well, depending what feat you have, but it is going to provoke opportunity attacks and try to go over here. As it tries to swing this little. You see now it's like a needle that it tries to stab you with, but get there. So Mal can make one.
That's a 21.
That hits.
And 10 more damage.
Okay. Then Pyro, I don't know if you have the feat or not to do that.
The what?
Can you do a melee opportunity attack or no?
I mean, I've got a dagger.
Right.
Eh,
So if you want to try it.
might as well. That's gonna miss. It's a 4 on the dice plus not much.
Alright.
So 8. No, 9.
Alright. The one on top goes for 12.
Does not hit.
Alright. It's gonna stay there, I think, actually. And Tonk, it's your turn.
Did I see it? Did it heal some?
It didn't heal, no.
Okay. Which one looks messed up? The one more in front of me, or the one over that was?
They're both looking pretty equally messed up.
Cool. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have Gidget try and shoot at the one that's right next to me.
Okay.
And Gidget is going to miss. So, what I'm going to do, and I learned this trick. And completely forgot I had this as an option because, leveled up and got things. Jet is going to come and harry this thing in front of me.
Gotcha.
As those of you that weren't here last time don't know, but I now have a metal bird, a hawk construct as a familiar.
That's awesome. You hadn't mentioned that, but I knew you took the spell.
So it's in the bestiary. It's the anvil wrought raptor that we toned the strength down a little bit.
Ridiculous.
But it yes. So jet, because it's a metal bird. Harry's, so I get advantage.
Mm-hmm.
And
don't you have to use your bonus action to command?
Not the familiars.
No, not the find familiar.
Okay.
It's just verbal, no action required. Or
It technically gets its own initiative,
Gotcha,
but we've
yeah.
just been playing it as part of.
Yeah. No worries.
Is Lich Slap Chill Touch?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
That's tough questions.
25 to hit.
That hits.
$15 damage.
Yeah, that's yeah, with that thing just is all destroyed. Did you see the creature within it kind of rivel and to go into this fine mist and dissolve? And
Yeah, the limit on the familiar is that it cannot actually attack, but the action that it does is its own and doesn't require a bonus.
okay. Now it's your turn.
All right, the one that just zipped by me, I'm going to catch up with.
Yeah. Yes, within that.
Guess who's getting get on the storage? All right, that is shitty. Definitely a miss at 9. Second attack. God damn, these freaking digital dice are awful. 9 again.
Oh man.
All right. So
it just happened to me.
Here's the fun part. If this one also isn't a hit, I'm probably gonna switch to physical dice. Finally,
That's
27.
what I had to do.
By the way, that 19 is a crit for champions, so that's
Yes, sir.
Let me just do the 5, and let me just add another d6 to that, so it's 5 and 5, and let me throw another 6 on there, and great, 11.
11.
Yep.
Yeah, you're chasing after, and you're swinging, and it's like running up your sword, and you flick it off and try to get it again, and it rolls in, and finally you just stab it, skewering it as it's rolling on the ground, and you see these tentacles burst out of its head and then dissolve into this thick mist as it just goes away.
Take that, you little fucker.
All right.
And turn and look over to see what's happening with Jaw.
Okay. Pyro, it's your turn.
Okay.
You look at
Are there
Jajal.
any-
Jajal, like, is looking real bad. It's like he's like coughing up blood.
Well, I got nothing for that. So, are there any other ones? Are there any more of these doll things standing?
Yeah, not standing. There's only the one that is lying on its back, looking like it's struggling to survive as well.
Yeah.
What about
by
in front of Tonk?
yeah, by Tonk. Yeah, that's the one.
No, not the one by Tonk. Tonk destroyed that.
Oh, okay.
It's just this guy here. I'll just move it a little closer so you get a better view.
And then grab the one by Mal too.
Thank you.
I got nothing. Then I guess I'll look around and if I see any fires, I'm gonna just control flames and put them out.
Okay.
Good man.
Conscientious. Smokey the Bear be proud.
Nice. All right, so you start dousing the fires.
Yeah, that's all I got. I mean, unless cauterizing wounds would help, that's all I got.
Gotcha. All right, and then Thola.
Okay. So what's my familiarity with boons and curses? Do I feel like we have been cursed through those dolls, and do I feel like remove curse would help Jajal?
You definitely sense there's curses.
All right.
You can make this is. I'll give you religion or arcana, I think, on this particular check as you're thinking through it.
Sure. I mean, yeah, I'll try. I think I had an idea anyways. I might as well use this. 16.
16. I think what I'll give you is you and a few of your friends have definitely cursed, like just the slowness and the lethargy. You think there's something beyond a curse affecting Jajal plus a curse.
Okay. Well, I will start by touching him and blessing him to remove his curse.
Okay.
Flying down on the Raven Queen to restore him back to his original self, hoping. So that's one. And after I do that, does anything react in terms of like, is he still like sweating blood and like all that? Good
Yeah,
stuff?
the physical condition stays the same.
Okay.
Okay. Is that about a turn worth of action for you?
Yeah, that unless I was going to bonus action. No, I can't really do anything else at the moment. So yeah, that's a turn.
Okay, Caldrum.
Can I run over to him? Or I guess I'd want to inspect the doll.
Okay.
And like try to see if comparable, because like I wasn't right next to him, so to see if there are similar marks upon him and the doll.
Okay, do a medicine check.
Well, 22.
22. What I give you the 22 is they both seem to be losing life at the same rate, but the physical wounds are not the same.
Solo, what if we heal the doll? Because
What?
they're linked currently. Their life force is draining simultaneously.
I mean, they did both drop at the same time. You think that this doll has somehow linked itself with Jajal?
I do. I know I was hit by one of them, and I feel afflicted by something. I think Jajal may have taken multiple hits, and so it managed to solidify a bond between itself and Jajal. So maybe stabilizing the doll will stabilize Jajal.
I don't
That's my turn.
necessarily feel comfortable, but I'll see what I can do.
And that's basically all my actions, because I can't do anything for a bonus.
Talk.
I'm gonna go over to Jajal. And you'd said that the wounds have sort of an infected look.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to cast Lesser Restoration. I'm not sure that that'll fix it, but if this is a poison or a paralytic or it's something to that effect, it might help. It's the best I know.
Mm-hmm. You cast Lesser Restoration. It goes out. I'm going to say the infection around the wounds seems to go off, but his condition is still worsening. Anything else?
I mean, would you let me also make an Arcana check?
Explain to me what you're trying to figure out.
So, the curse has been removed. The physical nature of like a paralytic or a poison, something like that, is gone. The two of them are linked in some way. I'm assuming there's something magical going on.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out what might be the magical linkage between these, since it hasn't been fixed by what Thola did and what I've done already.
Okay. Make your roll.
$25.
It's really high.
Jesus.
I think with a 25, you're looking at him. You're looking at the doll. I think with a 25, I'll give you that the way to undo this might have something to do with the way it was caused. But that's your turn.
All right.
Other thing I'll give you with the 25, because I feel like I need to give more on the 25. These things are like the definition of evil. And magic that can protect from evil might help dramatically.
All right.
Okay. Now.
Not a whole lot Mal can do at this point besides wring his hands. I don't even have any holy water or anything fun to play with in my bag at this point. So
That's two death saves I've rolled, by the way.
Oh boy.
Oh, Jesus fuck. Somebody help him! I got nothing.
Okay. Pyro?
Oh, just realized I had the mic down. Pyro's got nothing. Other than trying to burn things, he's got nothing at the moment.
Okay, do you pass your turn?
He'll try to help anybody that
Okay.
would need it. So next person that requests help,
Yeah. You can hold your action to help whoever needs help. And then as a reaction, you do. I'll let you do that. Yeah, I think that's fair enough. Thola.
Considering that her healing didn't work, she doesn't think that Spare the Dying would technically help in this situation. Is she 30 feet away from the other doll? The doll's like
Yeah,
She's
the
about
doll's
10
like right
feet
next to
away.
her.
Wow, I really want to cast this 4th level spell, but I really don't want it to just not be useful. Because I think what maybe Tonk would even share with me is that you said something about like
Whatever
I think-
did it.
Yeah, Tonk, you can share anything that you learned.
right, which I don't even know besides like the daggers itself, right? I don't know if stabbing someone that is already
Well, if the
dead.
dagger stabbed him, maybe stab the doll.
I mean, I mean, I guess what I can do is pick up the little dagger that the thing has and stab it.
So you take this needle and you stab it into the doll.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a melee attack roll. Advantage.
Both were 14s, plus 5, so 19.
Yep. You stab into the doll, and it shivers and almost like it does not have a scream because it's unconscious, but the whole thing just starts convulsing and it starts to go into like it describes like a cardiac arrest, and the body starts moving up and down, and so does Jajal's.
Oh my god.
You just caused 2 failed death saves
Oh my god.
because of auto crit.
That is crazy.
So
So they're definitely linked.
So we're gonna get a tank, right?
Calvin,
Nope.
it's your turn.
I have one last option.
There's still the possibility that if he dies, the thing will leave him, and then maybe he can be rezzed.
So there's 2 successes. That's the first 2 I rolled.
Yeah.
And we just caused 2 fails. So the next time, I just want to be very clear because I want to be fair. After Tonk, the dice rolls.
He still has Emboldening Bond, and doesn't Emboldening Bond work the same as Blessed? So you would roll that for the
All
death
right.
save. Just
All right.
saying.
So based on the last piece of information that you gave me with my Arcana check, and the fact that sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I don't have any kind of healing or anything, so I will wait to provide assistance to the next person that tries to do something.
Okay. Now Tonk.
So I think I figured out what these are, and I think I have an out of character knowledge of what might be able to be done, but I'm not gonna bring that up.
Should have been a divination wizard.
Based on the last piece of information you gave me, and the fact that I'm now a wizard, and that changed my spell book, I might be able to help. I cast Protection from Evil and Good.
Okay.
on Jajal.
On Jajal.
That was my thought as well. But I didn't
Yeah,
know.
I'd have to go to sleep for that.
I didn't know if
Okay.
anybody would even possibly have.
You put that out. It washes over Jajal's body. His eyes open up. And the doll starts booking it into the jungle.
Can I take a shot?
It's right next to me. I can't hit it.
Anyways,
Go for it.
Right. You don't even want to know.
am
I
I
miss.
close enough for an attack of opportunity or no?
I'll give that to you, sure.
Sweet.
You were close enough to begin with. I think it's fine.
Don't fail me now, swords. All right, that's a 22.
22. Boom! And the doll is just goes off. And Jajal, you could ignore the Discord chat
Oh,
that I
okay.
gave you,
Okay.
and you are conscious.
I was like,
There was 3 ways this could go. We could potentially have brought him back if the thing left him, because we have the components for that now. He also wouldn't have ever had to have a fight with Tonk, so that was a plus.
So
Jajal, you are at a single HP.
okay. Oh, boy.
So-
Just.
I think this is actually what Tonk would have suggested next, and I think, based on a little bit of out-of-character knowledge about something I read somewhere, I think this might actually be the solution. But if this hadn't actually fixed it, I think we needed to put the needle in Jajal's hand and have Jajal stab
That was
the
my
doll.
other thought. It was that. I was like, have Jajal stab it, or protection from evil and good with your 25 Arcana for, give him protection from evil. If you guard him from evil.
Was that the right answer, Matt? To have Jajal stab the doll?
We don't know. We might fight more of these things.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. We don't know.
Yeah. That's true. You obviously figured out protection from evil and good was a word.
That was a workable answer.
Yeah. Yep.
Did you just get that too?
Yeah, no. When I changed up my spells last, like when I got the wizard level, that's when I picked that one up.
All right. So you all are in the trash heap, holding your breath.
Tonk, if you can apologize to the forest for Pyro and I. We missed a couple of our attacks.
Sure. I will go over and I will, and the thing is, I'm going to just do it in common now because apparently enough of at least the squirrels spoke common. I'm just going to say it in common. Like, we apologize. Those were errant shots from our combat. We meant no ill will. We meant no harm.
Okay.
Because I believe I saw a tree
as,
branch
as
point
the
to Pyro.
tension goes away. What the other thing you notice at this point is Potani seems to have gone.
I was going to ask, is there a direction? Is there a trail?
I look
Was
up.
Was Potani in the trees while she was leading us, or was she on the ground?
She was on the ground.
Can I look for her tracks?
Yeah.
I was going to do the same thing.
Go and do a survival check.
I will aid you in the survival check. I have proficiency.
I rolled a 20, which is
Yeah, I got a
+6.
19 total.
Alright.
You track her down. You look at the tracks and you're kind of being very careful looking, and what you do end up seeing is you go over to one of the heaps and you just see an unconscious doll.
Oh shit. Is there a needle around?
There is a needle in its hand.
Okay. I grab the doll and I grab the needle.
Mhm.
And while this is happening, I'm going to pray over Jajal and roll these fat 3 d8s real quick for him.
Thank you.
Actually, hold on. Before I do that, do I have this ready? I think I do have this ready. First, I'm going to. Hold on. No. What is that spell where you can
Prayer of
get
healing.
all of the like hit points that you're healed with, like the max healing? What is it?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. It's a 3rd level spell. It's Beacon of Hope.
Beacon of Hope. Yep, I do have that. Boom. I can choose any number of creatures within range, which it's concentration, but I'll do it for now. Yeah, actually, let me do that. I'm going to cast Beacon of Hope, and then I'm going to run around and use Balm of Peace, so everyone will get 15 healing.
Nice.
Nice.
Thank you.
The visual of that is so funny. Praise, aura,
Yeah.
and then just zoom.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. Come on. Let's go.
Woo!
Are you-
I healed the whole 1 point.
Are you dumping any other heals while that's up? Because since it's up for a minute, and Jajal was at 1 from unconscious. Because it lasts for the minute, so if you were to like do another cure wounds, it would be maximized. Also, or if you have a healing potion, Jajal, that is also maximized.
I do not have one of those.
Thola, were you gonna do level 1 cure wounds? If you're talking, you're muted. Alright, I tried to get you more HP.
Oh, it's all good. Alive is nice.
I think Thola's like, I gotta save some spells here. I don't know how many of these things are out there.
Truth.
Oh,
So, as you look around.
You know what?
Yard of trash. What do you want to do?
You know what?
Chicken butt.
God damn it. Beat me.
I'm gonna take the doll out,
Okay.
and I'm gonna take some of my leather working scissors, and I'm just gonna start cutting at the doll.
Okay.
I know that's going to hurt Patani's body, but it's going to get the doll's attention, and it will come back.
Okay. Start cutting at the doll. It's
Is this like an intimidation?
I mean, I want to not kill the doll, but I do want to be like working through some of the hit points.
gotcha. You're slowly kind of trying to reduce its hit points. Okay, yeah, it yeah, it hurts. And it's as you can see, like it starts to bleed black ichor. It's not sensing pain necessarily. But yeah, you do that.
Cool. I mean, if it's connected, then it knows we have the doll's body, and it might be worried that we'll kill it. So I was hoping that would get its attention and get it to come back.
Right.
But
Yeah, it's been a little bit, so we'll see.
all right. Well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe she won't come back. If it's been a little bit since I started doing this.
Well, no, I'm saying like you're starting to do that now, right? So
Okay.
every turn you start doing it. That's all. Anything else going on while Tonk's doing this?
Just resting. I'm out of my element when it comes to healing or magic in general. I've got my magic that helps me with my forging, and that's basically it. We found Potani though, right? Like it's not just the doll; it's her and the doll.
No, we have just the doll and the needle. Potani is gone.
Oh, entirely. Well, then, can I try? We have her tracks though, right? Still.
Yeah, so you it led there, and then you follow it as it looks like it goes up a tree.
Can I send Noctis to go looking and while looking through his eyes to try to see in the thing, in the trees, and see if there's like broken branches or stuff like that to try to
I
follow
guess
a
make a
trail?
survival check for Noctis.
Okay, that is not one of his, so just wisdom. God damn it. 3. It went from 20 slid and then dropped over to 2. Yeah. No dice.
Oh man.
Literally.
Also, for the record, while I'm doing this, I want to declare that I have the doll's body grappled.
You got it.
It is firmly held in my hand.
100%. Yeah, give me a group perception check, I guess.
$22.
All of us are looking.
21.
Everybody's looking.
Hmm?
I'm still
Yeah.
laid on the floor, so I got 11.
18 minus 1, 17.
Okay.
And you were making fun of Thola for having a minus in intelligence.
Oh, I also have a minus in intelligence.
Oh no.
I have a minus in intelligence and wisdom.
That's awesome.
Hence why when I was saying village idiot, I raised my hand and pointed at myself earlier. I'm kind of the village idiot.
Charismatic
Yeah.
religion.
All of you see
It's a likable idiot,
Potani
but
above, sword drawn.
Like to roll
Down.
initiative.
Yes.
God damn.
Let me get this up.
oh, back into initiative. Oh, yay. No.
I finally beat Jajal.
I had to roll a 1.
Hey,
Alright.
you only get, I think, +1 more than me on initiative now. I get a
Now,
+8.
what'd you get?
Nice.
15.
15?
Yep.
Ola?
Sorry, I'm eating cake. 5.
That's why.
Pyro?
Cake wins.
21.
21. Okay. Conk?
21.
You can go first, Donk.
The doll?
9.
Caljum?
21.
I'll go third then, because Pyro doesn't know what's happening.
So, all right. So they're going to say 9, but we'll do. I think. Are we agreeing Tonk's going first, or does Caljum want to go first?
If you don't mind.
I have a plan that might fix this, but if you want to go, go.
Oh, okay. I mean, all right, because I'm trying
So-
to hurt her as little as possible. But I have
So you say
a new
Potani's
thing.
Potani's up in the air or up in the trees? How far away?
She's 30 feet.
Cool. So Jet is going to harass and distract her, while Gidget flies over and delivers a touch spell called Protection from Evil and Good.
Okay. I need. I'll let this have advantage, but I will need a spell or whatever the attack is to successfully deliver this.
Wait, an attack?
It needs to be an attack. She's not going to allow.
Oh, got it.
She's going to resist this.
Gotcha.
Okay, so
17.
hold on, 17 plus. Let me. I'm having to do this because I don't normally have.
No, yeah.
So of those, it's 17 plus Dex plus proficiency. So it's 17, 18, 19, 22 for a touch. Doesn't have to do damage. It's just touch. I know 5e doesn't have like a touch AC,
Yeah.
but
I think it was just contesting, like, because she's trying to, like, not get to her.
Yeah, it's going to be AC. So for your attack is 20 something.
22.
Okay. And then she still gets to add her dex because of the special armor she has. So I had to make her up real quick because I wasn't quite expecting that. AC 21. So the touch lands, and you're grappling the doll. The doll's going to try to do an attack on you.
The doll does not have its needle, for the record.
Oh, sorry. You said you took the needle out. You're right. Can't do much. It's going to try. It'll try to break the grapple. Then actually. So let's do a. Here's your athletics.
I mean, my crappy athletics. Okay, 15.
15. It got 17.
Really, as a tiny thing?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Well, because it gets to use acrobatics to escape.
Acrobatic to music escape. So yeah, so it gets up, doesn't have its needle. It just starts to run away.
And, cool. Anybody want to take a shot at it?
Well, it's my turn next.
Yeah,
so
it's Caltrum's turn next.
Yeah.
I'll take my.
What I'll say is, let me just get it some HP. I'm gonna say, yeah, you did about half damage to it. We'll say, 'cause that's what Tonk was doing. Go ahead, Caldrum.
Okay, I'll do my thing. I'll burn a grit for advantage. Sharpshooter.
I don't know that you need sharpshooter on this, but all right.
Hey, hold on. So currently at a 25. So 20 to hit.
It's
30 damage.
yeah. It's trying to run away. Got it. Boom! And it just explodes and get. Battalia's coming towards you all.
Get my grit back.
Thank you.
I apologize for any damage you took in getting your attention, and I offer to heal.
She actually did not take damage.
Okay.
Have you seen these things before, Botani?
No, absolutely not. This freaking creepy.
I'm so confused. I thought she was a puppet master. What's in the air controlling these things? I must have misheard.
There's nothing controlling them.
Oh,
They control us if they get the needle in us.
I don't like that.
Yeah, and by this time, those of you who had the one curse, it's worn off as well. The movement's back.
Cake is getting in my ears. It's like some chocolate carrot cake, and it's like the best thing I've ever had.
I guess we should continue on our way then.
I'm just gonna hold my hand up. Can I get a hand from anybody, please? I haven't
Does-
moved in this spot yet.
Does slow-paced walking,
Right.
would that count if an hour passes as a short rest?
No, it's walking.
No, okay.
You kind of have to actually stop and rest.
Pyro will go over and help Dajal
Thank
up.
you. I feel like I was continuously stabbed, and I couldn't breathe. What the? Oh,
Sounds similar to my day yesterday, except for instead of stab, it was just thrown off cliffs.
God.
Wouldn't that have been doused?
What have
did
been
we-
doused?
Did any of us get Jajal any healing at this point? Or are
Yeah,
you
he
still
got
at 1
he got
Ola
15.
did, yeah,
Okay.
I got
yeah.
15, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's not looking great, but he's up.
We can rest here for some time. We've seemed to have cleared the area, but that's up to you all.
I'm fine resting a short time.
Yeah, that's fine. We can do that. I'll make us some little treats so we can get extra healing, an extra D8, and then I'm gonna put my son to bed.
Okay.
Man, what's with y'all and needing healing?
I don't.
All right, just make some snacks and treats.
Platon, you don't happen to have any of those glowy bodily thingies from your people on you, do you? They heal. They taste delicious. They look like some kind of glowing sap thing.
Sorry, no. I've used all the ones that I took from them. That's some good stuff, though.
That's some amazing stuff.
I don't have anything on me. I had some things, but they were all taken off of me from the druids anyway.
Okay, we'll see if we can find them.
Too.
Would any of your things be in the pile over there? Would it be worth it to you to find them?
I was looking, I didn't see anything. I mean, I already went through, and she kind of puts at her plate, and she kind of goes, I got the things they thought were worthless already. Apparently those things hadn't moved in yet. I don't know. Or I just missed them and was lucky.
So open question since we're just hanging out for the moment. Anybody know what the hell those things were? Or where they came from? Or why they were so...
They're bastards from Bastard Land, and they're a bunch of notes.
Out of character, I know what they are at this point.
Hey, can we make some checks to see if we would?
I mean, yeah, you can make Arcana check if you want.
9.
Yeah.
I am actually proficient in Arcana, so
That's sad.
I thought it was a shot.
Yeah, their nature, it's very. I mean, I think it's very hard to ascertain. I think you've ascertained some necessary facts about them.
What is that magic that you've now used twice to break their connection?
It is simply a warding of against unnatural things, undead, fey, evil things,
So
even
happy
celestials, anything that is unnatural. It's simply a warding against it. I mean, I'll make an Arcana check against these things. Even with a good roll, I don't like actually knowing what they are. I don't know that I would understand them because they're like native to the curse.
Touche,
Like,
Foster Haywood. Touche.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's a 26.
Yeah,
But like, I don't know that I'd concretely get them because I don't know what they're doing here from Barovia.
Some deal, but yeah,
No, I mean, we have a decent idea of what they are, but
Yes.
like to have concrete, like they're from Barovia.
no.
They're Curse of Strahd shit. All right, I'm back.
Anyway.
I would say you probably get there from another plane.
All right, I will share that they are of a nature that is unnatural, and they are from another plane of existence.
Damn, meta magic twin banishment would be dope.
When you said there were toys around, were those the dolls that you were saying were the toys?
I
Yeah.
can't switch them out to
Some
next
of it.
level.
Mm.
But yes, so after we get a short rest, which is what, half an hour, 15 minutes. What is it? Yeah, half an hour.
Hour.
Okay.
But yeah, you take a short rest. You successfully take a short rest.
All right, and let's get back on the trail for the camp.
Take any extra 1d8s that you need, and if you do take one, let me know so I can pop it off this chef list.
I took one, please.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say that you figure they must have just been thrown out as trash and people not realizing what they actually are.
Not terrible. I hate when your recyclables come back to haunt you.
I mean, the people that owned them likely didn't know what they were either, or they wouldn't have owned them in the first place.
Yeah, embodiments of evil. I mean, but then again, I mean, we know humans. They like keep $dollars and shit because it's interesting.
All right.
All right. You keep walking through the forest. Things are much quieter now. Different.
What about the
animals
monkey? Is the monkey still watching us?
The monkey is still watching.
Okay.
But other animals have kind of gone far and wide. The forest seems irritated. And every once in a while, Pyro just trips and falls over a root that wasn't there when the rest of you walked by.
Petty, so petty.
I love it. I love
Yeah,
it.
that's fair. That's fair.
And then you stop, and like Halden takes a step, and his shoes have been tied together.
Yes, it's not just me.
So did we complete a short rest?
Yes.
Okay.
A little while goes by. Polani is looking out, and she holds up one of her arms and that way, and you just see what looks like salvaged wood put over some natural rocks. You can't see the floor of where she's looking, but you can see that it's looked like it's formed some type of shelter, maybe 30 feet in diameter around, and it's about 60 feet from where you are.
It's Joe.
I'll go.
I'll take a little walk. You take
Aye.
one side, I'll take the other.
Sounds good.
So we're gonna slunk our way over there. Take a look.
Okay. Make stealth checks.
Come on. Oh, it went from an 18 to a 5. So total of 16.
17.
Okay.
I wouldn't have gone all the way there, but I would have stealthed to sort of a middle point so that if they called out, or they tried to signal, I would hear them.
Okay,
I would have done that stealthy, but it would have been only about halfway.
Yeah, make stealth check.
23.
Okay.
Oof.
You guys get close.
Like feet.
And Jaw and Mal make a perception check.
Oh my goodness, these rolls, dude.
14.
5.
5. So Jaw, you're looking. It's hard to tell. It's like there's been kind of looks like forest floor to you up here. There's no bedrolls. It's a place where it looks like maybe a fire was, but it's cold. Doesn't look like it's been used in a long time, or a little bit. But Mal, you're looking around and you just see, where you can see and you smell it like this rotting, and you just see some flesh with dried blood underneath the leaves. And some insects crawling in and out of it.
I will slowly and visibly to everyone behind me pull both of my swords out and start slowly moving towards the rotting body.
Okay. Do you all copy Mal? With the sword, with the weapons?
I'll draw and turn to Caldrum and just, sort of eye motion up, reminding him that we have a monkey above us.
Noted.
Yeah,
And I'll follow Mal.
Pyro doesn't really have weapons, but he'll pop a handful of flame,
Yeah.
holding it like he's about to,
You hear some groans from the
throw a
trees.
ball.
I'm sitting here thinking whether it's worth blinding this monkey.
You approach with your swords drawn. You begin to remove some of the leaves. You see just eyes robbed of most of their color, milky white, staring off in the distance. And this seems to be a gnome, clad in leather and looks like some stuff made out of bark and natural wooded material. You see the body of some of these other druids. It's pretty much consistent with that.
Okay, so this was a druid of probably this creepy island cohort.
Yeah. What strikes you, I think, and gets you to your core is, even though there's insects and different kinds of eating, he is disemboweled and his guts are out around his body. And it looks like his skin has been torn, but out, like up and out.
So ritualistic, not some animal feeding.
Like something popped out of his guts.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my.
Yeah.
Baseballs.
I heard a medicine check. Is that right?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I was going to reference Alien. You just skipped straight over Alien to
5
Spaceballs.
to Spaceballs.
The diner scene. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. With 5, but it gets it looks like torn, and like the flaps of like skin flaps are like touching the ground from the outside, like kind of touching the ground and they've come out of him.
Okay. So something was in him and it came out. Okay. That's creepy. Yeah.
Damn.
Anything else nearby? Anything else within stone's throw of this?
I mean, you look, there's not movement other than the monkey that you've kind of seen up, but
I want to check it for that same symbol, the fucked up Morlora symbol.
yeah, make a check.
Make a what check?
Perception or investigation, your choice.
19.
You look around and I think you're able to take the muzzle of your gun and you piece together, like you kind of put some of the skin over and you see that it had it on its chest.
Now.
I am going to put that chunk of skin directly up against the barrel of my pistol, and I'm going to firebolt that symbol in the skin.
Okay.
I know it doesn't accomplish anything. It's just rage.
Yeah. Not it. Yeah. But as you investigate, it has to look like whatever wound this was done from the inside.
Should I do what you did just to the rest of it, Tonk, or?
No, we'll leave this to be consumed by the island he wounded.
So does this mean they do that to each other?
Actually, talk real quick. I'm just going to say, because you had a high perception check, you go to do that, you realize you can't do that without burning some bugs.
Oh, then I would not have done that.
Right. I don't think you would. Pyro might not have been.
Well, I was only.
Talk, I was like, I gotta tell Talk.
I would only have done it if Tonk had done it first.
Once I noticed the bugs, I would not have. Yeah. And I would just say, well, the bugs are already feeding. Let the island that he wounded take nourishment from him.
Yeah, but I think with your perception before now, as you do look, it looks like it's hard because it's been some time, but there are like there's definitely some claw marks on some of the wood, but like you usually see some that are horizontal, as though something was walking past, but are like maybe 12 feet high off the ground.
So does this mean there's a third party into the fray? So there's the island, there's the druids, and now there's whatever this is.
Well, I mean, we are the third party already.
So the
Is there a
fourth.
fourth party?
Hey, let's turn to Apex.
All right.
real quick.
So I'm sure you're going to tell me this is an insight check, and I have crap insight. What is the monkey reacting to seeing the druid?
Yeah, it's going to be an insight check, all right.
Almost a 5. That was almost a 19.
Monkey don't care. Monkey don't give it a...
All right.
I will pray for the body and leave it at that. Hopefully, it didn't succumb to some undead, freaking disemboweled guy. I don't want to see that later.
After you're done, I'll simply say, the Raven Queen may bless him, but I won't ask Melora to.
I mean, he has met his death. It was his time, obviously.
And I'm gonna see if I can't figure out, like, obviously if these are camps, and if in any way they work together, I guess there might be tracks that point in another direction, or
Yeah.
is there tracks from this giant 12 feet tall beast? Or
Make a survival check, yeah.
I did roll just in case because I love
22.
You beat me that time.
So 22, you look... Seems that the creature has headed this point more north. You get the sense that they're... What I'll say is it seemed to you that, judging from just some more disturbance around one of the trees, that it looks like other people here had gone to a tree and then the tracks vanish, but you do see animal, like, little notches in the trees. I would say you get the sense that most of the, like, this band of Druids, most of them are going to travel by tree, just like Podanic was.
All right.
But I think even with that, you do hear, like, there is a deep guttural growl somewhere in the distance in the north.
Pistol up, tap it, point north.
Okay. So you don't see anything.
Well, no, I mean, and then, you know, like, we walk towards that growly sound, but, you know,
Oh, do you? You
Weapon.
like, we're going
Weapon
towards
at the ready.
thing.
well, I mean, it's the only thing we have,
Yeah.
right? I mean, the druids went up into the trees, and if this big guttery growly thing is of the island, then it will probably not injure us, as the island is wanting us to deal with the druids. If it's not of the island and it's a giant thing wrecking havoc, then we're doing the island a favor by getting rid of it.
I mean, the island doesn't seem particularly too fond of me or Caldrum at the moment, but
Y'all might be able to, you know, yeah. So I'm gonna head towards the growly sound.
All right. As you begin moving towards, you stop as you see that you come upon another body, similarly dressed. This one looking like it fell from a great height. Bones are crushed, but there's still the ripped out chest.
I don't like it.
And just about the time you find a third one that is been impaled through the back of the skull by one of the tree branches, but the chest has been ripped out in the same fashion, from the inside out. You begin to hear motion more about 30, 20 feet away. You see flashes of quickly moving teeth, antlers. And they seem to be somehow inspecting you. And that's where we'll end for tonight.
Oh.
The big sad.
Oh man. We found a big old satyr beast or some shit. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know what we found, but sounds like fun. Also, I am really glad I changed up my spell list.
Right? Jeez. Did someone
Oh
say
my
chupacabra? What?
Yeah, that was close.
Yes. Yes, I did.
But yeah, either we fixed it, or the revivify brought him back without it possessing him, or he died. You know, there was 3 options, and there was a 66% chance we kept Jajal.
Maybe,
Yeah.
yeah, right. I mean, maybe his evil god really wanted him back. I mean, who knows?
Well, because now having actually looked at the thing, once we were done with it, the other plan that I had, which was where we put the needle into Jajal's hand and stabbed the doll with it, would have just given them another 2 failed death saves, and because that was also not the right answer.
So was what we did the only correct answer?
No.
No, I feel
No,
like
the
there's
correct
definitely-
answer is we stab the possessed body with the silver needle again.
Oh yeah, no, wouldn't have thought to do that.
Yeah, if you would have had Jajal's thing in there, then you would have killed both of them.
But yeah,
I think-
the trick is to
chance.
use the
If you-
needle
if you-
to stab the possessed body.
Yeah, if you had repaired the doll, then Jajal would have survived. If you would have prevented the doll from dying.
So would a stabilizer actually work in that case? Or it's
So
like
I was right. I said heal
Yeah.
the doll.
Yeah, Caldron was right though.
Well, the doll's technically a construct.
Oh,
Yeah, so you can't
okay.
stabilize constructs or undead. So yeah, it would need like some type of.
So wait,
I was
well-
like probably doing a tinkering check.
Oh, I was like,
Yeah.
so I could have used mending on the doll, and that would have saved.
Well,
Jajal?
mending's a
mending,
1
but
minute
mending
cast.
takes like a minute.
A minute, yeah.
I would have had to have done a tinkering check or something.
Yeah.
But no, I was like, no, I have the solution to the Patani problem.
Yeah, no. And that's why I gave you that with the like on 25. I was like, you're not gonna get the stabby solution from a 25. But I was like, you can get the spell. Yeah, there's good Evo spell that'll work out.
But the whole like, oh no, my homunculus can deliver touch spells
Yeah, I like that.
at range. I've got this. I can.
Yeah, that's why I at least needed to make a versus AC. I was like, it's an attack in that case. It's not like
Yeah, the problem with touch is like with a lot of things where it's like natural AC, like the beetle's shell is hard to damage,
yeah.
so it gets bonuses to AC. But like, I don't need to get through the shell; I just need to touch it.
Yeah, well, she
Which
had
three-
she had armor though, so you couldn't touch the
Yeah,
armor. You
yeah.
had to touch flash.
Yeah,
So it was a little different.
but it's one of those. There's
Yeah, 'cause
in
she didn't have
3.5 they
armor.
had touch AC.
Yeah. Yeah. In this case, she didn't have any armor from like natural stuff, so
Mm.
I think it would be about the same.
Oh
So
man.
yes, let me end our Twitch. Thank you all for watching. All that. And Mao didn't go down.
Just this once.
Right.
Just this once.
Yeah.